Hello, and welcome to VR Vertigo. So, what are Meta playing at? It seems to have shuttered some of its VR studios, leading to speculation that it's moving out of the VR space. Reading off my notes here, as of January the 13th on 2026, Meta did shutter a few studios. Sanzaru Games developed the critically acclaimed Asgard's Wrath series, Twisted Pixel Games, Marvel's Deadpool VR, still a relatively new game, but apparently not many people are playing it. Armature Studios, known for the Resident Evil 4 port, and Downpour Interactive, dissolved in 2025, developers of Onward, but its staff merged into Camouflage with a J. So, does this spell the end for VR? We've already seen some commentators saying VR is dead. They just keep saying that and VR doesn't die. And it's not going to die. The amount of money being poured into VR is quite staggering. As often happens, there are people in the tech world with their fingers on the pulse. Futurists who look forward, not backwards. And they can see the promise of VR. And it's in this grand light that we must take the shuttering of studios by Meta and turn that frown upside down. No one can deny that it's a bit of a tragedy for the people who were employed by those studios, who now no longer have jobs. But all isn't lost. These people who now currently find themselves out of work still have agency. And I see nothing but good things happening from this. There isn't any reason why these people can't, in some way, shape or form, come together in various disparate groups and, who knows, start new putative companies, start discussing ideas amongst themselves, and that can only lead to new horizons. On a personal level, I wish each and every one of them the best of luck. They have in their previous lives and endeavours brought many people much pleasure, and I'm sure that they will continue to do so. On a slightly different note, the Xbox 6 is apparently going to run full-bore Windows. They've stipulated in their blurb that it will be the most powerful machine of all time. Well, if it's anything like the other kit that runs the operating system, yeah. Additionally, Google apparently has started to venture into VR with their own platform. Now, looking forwards and being entirely speculative, and knowing that within the industry, these people know more than we outside of the industry know, did Microsoft and Google know something that we didn't about Meta? Because this is another opportunity. I wouldn't be at all surprised if 5 years down the road we find that the Xbox 6 is partnering with the new Google VR headset in order to take on what will become, in my opinion, behemoth of the Steam machine and the Steam frame. Assuming that the Steam machine and the Steam frame are so magically optimized that they do everything that is required for VR at this stage. There are rumblings that the Steam machine might not be able to cope or fully compete. But we shall see. Steering back to Meta, I think we can confidently say that them moving out of the VR space is actually a good thing. It's my personal opinion that they were only good in VR for muddying the waters. They were a disruptor. It was clear from the outset, and many people said so, that they wanted to dominate the space, the marketplace. They wanted to be able to dictate what was happening in VR at the cost of everything else. And other companies like Valve with the Steam frame and the PSVR2, amongst others, will find time to breathe now. And with a view to growing, look around and find all these people who now are looking for new jobs. Double thumbs up. I'm hoping that the various developers who were developing for Meta will now look around and, in light of this uncertain time with Meta, think, who else can I develop for? I'm very much hoping that the PSVR2 will be the recipient of many great bounties in this regard. Because say what you want about Sony fumbling the ball with their VR headset, and frankly they have, but still remained persistent and in the game. And the PSVR2 is still a cracking headset, especially for the money. By accident or design, the PSVR2 stands to benefit from this massively, and I certainly hope that it does. I will sign off by stating that I still think Sony's biggest strength when it comes to the PSVR2 is the back catalogue that it has. So many games from the first PSVR headset remain conspicuously absent from the second PSVR2 headset's current catalogue. And so it's with this mix of good and bad news that I now bid you farewell. Do let me know what you think in the comments below. Do like, subscribe and share if you'd like. It really would help the channel. And until next time, bye bye.